words and descriptions. What do you mean by negative words, descriptions, and what can we do about them so we get ourselves out of that cycle of negative words and descriptions?
Well, I think we all, when we have a challenge in our lives or something which can be perceived as negative, we know that we have a negativity bias in us, and that's probably there for purposes of helping us to sustain and get through different issues in our life, but it can cause us a problem. And I suppose the first thing to do for yourself is to correct yourself when you're saying negative things that don't make sense, like, I'll never be able to do that. Oh, I can't do yoga because I'm not flexible. They're classic generalisations. Now, the person working with you should identify that and politely correct you and say, no, it's not that you can't do that, it's because you haven't done it before, have you? So that's where a coach can be very handy in the behavioural change, in the personal improvement environment, Louise.
Yeah. From I suppose, an employer or a manager's point of view, how do they, I suppose, get their team out of that negative self-talk?
I think a lot starts with the leader, and whether the leader's going through the process of praising and talking about positivities in the workplace. But there again, for me, working with teams, I think it's one small success after another. So if you can get the team to have a win somewhere, albeit small, they'll go on to the next particular challenge with self-belief, and that's where you start to get things moving. So to get off the ground, to get self-belief, let's just go very gently.